overconfidence is a virus. Just ask yourself, can you handle a project of $1 million? Okay, some of you are looking to, okay, I want to change my phone, I want to change my laptop, I want to get better gadget, I want to get better things to be able to work productively. Ask yourself, this thing that you want to get, if you get a job that would pay you the amount that will be able to get what you want to get, can you actually handle that project? Instead of being overconfident, why not build your competence? Go back to consistency, building your skill consistently. One way to build competence is to master Hello creatives, this video is for every designer out there who are stuck at their beginner level, but they are looking to start building towards true mastery. In this episode, we'll be treating a very important topic, the blueprint of design mastery. My name is Dada Tameola Dimeji. To answer the question, what is that major blueprint to helping attain mastery in my journey as a creative? I've got just one answer to that. I've just got one key answer to that. And major key thing to attain mastery in design is consistency. And as simple as consistency looks, can be very, very hard. And consistency is the act of doggedly doing something over and over and over and over again until most likely you get a result out of it. And consistency is one thing that helps you to draw from the wells of creativity. So for everybody out there that even have an issue with being creative, doing what you're doing, or even attaining a level of mastering what you're doing, consistency is what you need. So what is that thing that is hanging between you transitioning from the level of a beginner to attaining mastery to that point that people can know you and they can recognize you for your level of mastery in what you do is what consistency. So you really do not need much thing. You don't need so much thing. All you just need to do is doggedly give yourself time to what? Intentionally practice what you do. Intentionally practice what you do. A good example is a very good friend of mine that I know. I was able to build this audience from 0 to 50,000 followers right now. I'm sure majority of you might know him. His name is Designer Joyce. I've known Designer Joyce for quite a number of years now, if not close to 5 to 6 years now. And I knew when Joyce has not opened a social media account. I knew when he opened a social media account. And I knew when he had over 50,000 followers. And there was only one thing, after my conversations with him, after me personally studying him for a long time, there was only one thing, one lesson I can draw from it. And that was his dogged act of doing something over and over again. Consistency is just that super ability that when you have, you can attain mastery in anything you do. Another thing I want you to know about consistency is mastery is built on consistency and intentional practice. You want to attain mastery in design, I just want you to give yourself time. Look at, okay, can I devote about 5 to 10 hours doing this every day? Intentionally practicalizing it. Okay, I'm a graphic designer. Can you devote 5 to 10 hours designing, practicalizing what you do? Using Photoshop, using Illustrator, pick any tool you want to use and doggedly practice intentionally for the next 5 to 10 hours and for the next 3 to 6 months. Track your growth, track your progress. Look at the level of design, the level of aesthetics you are given at this point, and come back in the next 3 months with the act of consistency and look at the massive growth in that thing. For everybody out there, they are looking at, how can I get better at this skill? People are complaining that my design is not good. All you just need to do is to give yourself to consistency. So for everybody out there, consistency is the major key to attaining mastery. There was a time I joined the Daily UI Challenge in 2022 where that was the very point in my life when I started transitioning from being just a graphic or a brand designer or a visual designer to becoming a product designer. And It was not really easy for me, but I remembered I joined the daily UI challenge and I started pushing daily designs, UI designs, I started pushing form design, landing page design, movie page designs, and many other things like that. And every of the jobs, every of the client, and every of the people that I'm working with right now, some of the leads they got to be able to contact me, I could trace majority of them to the consistent daily UI challenge I was doing in 2022. And see, I was like from 3 years ago. So one thing I'm telling you is that by consistently doing something over and over again, apart from the fact that you're even going to gain mastery, it will give you a reach, it will give you visibility. So here are three components that can help you be consistent. I mean, intentionally consistent. The first component is service. Service is very, very important as a creative. I'm sure majority of you don't hear about this. And yeah, it's why Transfer with Dimgold is a real podcast and where you can actually learn certain things about design that you've not learned somewhere else. You need to start seeing creativity as a gift and not just a skill. When you start to see creativity as a gift that you have, you know that what a gift is meant to be said. It's one reason why during my years as an undergraduate graduate level, I gave myself first to service. In fact, I built myself to be a master at what I do by first serving. I found myself in my church publicity units, in media units, and where I served as a creative person. That was the very point in my life where I developed my creative skill, developed critical thinking skill. I developed graphic skill, developed so many skills, developed leadership skill. And so, well, service one way or the other help you towards bring out mastery in you. In the process of serving, you start to do something over and over again. So many people will be like, I don't know how to be consistent. There's nothing I want to be doing. There's nothing I don't have works. So some people will be like, I don't have jobs. Go and serve. If you can't serve, in find yourself volunteering, find yourself interning. You don't need to go after money. They don't complain when they are not giving money in return. But what? Just serve for the sake of mastery. One thing I want you to know is growth don't just come from, getting jobs, especially big jobs. No. In fact, from your ability to develop yourself, to be a master at what you do, is what gives you the ability to handle big jobs. So why not just focus more on growth by what? Saving. So what I'm telling you is that you grow yourself through service to build yourself to become a master at what you do. And now take on big jobs. So it's a journey. And the journey of mastery is not a 1 day journey. In fact, it's not a 1 month journey. It's not even a 3 month journey. So it's a journey. And trust me, we get better by the day. So it's why with the help of consistency, you graduate to that level of becoming a master at what you do. One of the ways you can be consistent was serve. So for you creative out there, say offer internships, collaborations, do free works for people. But yes, do free works. Do them strategically. So don't just do it with sense. And one thing I want you to try as much as possible to do is to see every work you do as a seed. Every designer needs to start seeing their work as a seed. Every flyer designer I do, every brand design I do, every product design I do, I know it's a seed that I'm sowing and it's going to what? Germinate, and there is going to be a return. There's going to be an harvest. There's going to be a fruit. There's something I'm getting in return for it. So always see your design as a what? As a seed. During my service in my local church, while I was serving the media unit, the publicity unit, from some of the things I'm doing, I get so many feedbacks. In fact, my very first few clients that I got were actually from people who saw my works in that same local church. My first, second, third clients were from the same local church. Somebody referred me to somebody from somebody in the same local church. So you see the reason why service is very much more important. Another important quality of a consistent person, or one quality a consistent designer must have, is what? Is the ability to develop competence over confidence. Yes, I know so many designers out there that are they are so overconfident about what they do. Yeah, I don't think overconfidence is a good thing. It's good to be confident in what you do. Believe yourself, know yourself, what know that yes, I give a value. But then overconfidence is a virus. Instead of being overconfident, why not build your competence? Right? And what I mean by that is, firstly, can you try asking yourself, can I actually handle big projects? Like now, can you just ask yourself, can you handle a project of $1 million? Okay, some of you are looking to, okay, I want to change my phone, I want to change my laptop, I want to get better gadget, I want to get better things to be able to work productively. Ask yourself, this thing that you want to get, right? If you get a job that would pay you the amount that will be able to get what you want to get, can you actually handle that project? That's a good question to ask yourself. And if your answer is a yes, that's good. But if your answer is a no, that means you've got to go back to what? Building yourself, building go back to consistency, building your skill consistently. And one way to build competence is to actually master your process. And when I mean master your process, is master how you get to execute the jobs, the project. For example, as a graphic designer now, you do flyer designs over and over again. So one thing that I would advise you to do in the journey of consistency is to actually build a system around how you execute your projects, how you execute your design jobs, right? So, for example, when I want to take on a flyer job, one of the first few things I do is to actually study the concept behind what I want to do. After studying, I do a few sketches. After doing those few sketches, I go online to find inspiration. I found online inspiration. I modify what I have on ground, and then before I start any project, I must have to some extent, not necessarily a clear picture. I already had a picture in mind. I already have something, some images in my mind that's already blowing me already. And before I now actually start working on a design job, right? So on your journey of consistency, journeying through mastery, I mean, you're going on a journey to mastery. You've got to master your process around how you execute your design jobs or your project, right? Another thing you need to understand why building competence is to actually learn to critique and get feedbacks from other fellow designers. So you've got to find yourself a community of designers where you can actually push out the design jobs, get feedbacks. You also need to learn how to critique people work. Yes, critiquing people work is a quality or an attribute of a competent person. You've got to learn how to critique people's work. Learn how to also get feedbacks from people's critique on your works. Yes, you must also learn to accept feedback. So there's sometimes you get backlash from from some of the design jobs you do. Yes, you might feel like, yeah, this design is great, but you got some feedback that you're not happy about. So you have to learn how to accept feedback and the truth. You have to accept the truth that, okay, yes, this is wrong with my work, right? So that's also another thing you need to get right while building competence. Another thing, another wonderful quality of a consistent person is the ability to track your progress and also manage burnout. Because trust me, as a creative person, you will be stressed, right? There are going to be times you'll be stretched because what? You are consistently building something over and over again. No consistency can be so hard such that a particular day will come and you'll be like, oh my God, I can't do this. I mean, if you're doing something over and over again, you've been working. But today, I'm just tired. I'm giving up. Yes, there are going to be times like that. But trust me, when times like this come, just go back to that place where you track your progress. So this is why tracking your progress is very, very important. So you need to track your progress. Okay, what does my design jobs look like compared to the way it was a few months ago? Okay, how often am I getting design projects and how well am I prosecuting them? What are the number of clients I have right now? What are the number of jobs? How much am I making right now from this same job or from this creative work, right? So learn to track your progress, learn to celebrate your wins. Yes, when you get amazing feedback from your client, that's like the biggest joy. Celebrate your wins, yeah, but don't be complacent too. Because what? you're still on a journey of mastery. So this is how I picture mastery, such that when there are certain people looking for somebody who can actually execute a project or a design project, that the first thing that comes to their mind is, where's Dimgold? No, I want to give this job to Dimgold. So if you have not gotten to that point where people start to be like, any design project I want them to give it to you. This is how I picture mastery. Mastery is not being competitive. Mastery is you getting better by the day, seeing the level of progress, getting better than your yesterday. Yes, I noticed that before, when I run designs, when I complete a design project, the feedback I got is okay, this is okay, this is okay. But now the feedback I get is, oh my god, this is mind blowing. From my own experience working as a brand and product designer for 7 years, you want to be a master of what you do. What is consistency? Service, competence, tracking your progress, managing burnout. These are what qualities of a competent person. So if these things are not in you, if these key components are not in you, it means you are not on your journey towards to mastery. So they are quality of a consistent person. So get consistent and see yourself journeying to mastery. Thank you for listening. See you in our next episode.